Well, we've made it to part 4, and this video is about my process that I use to manage multiple scrapbooking projects. I have several albums going at the same time, and I have hundreds of layouts that I'd like to make and have already made using this process. It helps me to be efficient. I'm the kind of scrapbooker who likes to just mood scrap. I don't necessarily scrap in a chronological order, nor do I even scrapbook in the order in which the photos go in my album. I want to skip around to whatever I'm feeling at the moment. And this process lets me do that. It also saves me a lot of time when my layouts are complete. And one of the main reasons that I do this is so that every layout I make has a home to go to when I'm finished making it. So I have a system where when I'm ready and I say, oh, I want to make the flamingos, I'm going to pull my flamingos out of this album, and I need a system to tell me when I'm finished with the layout where to put it back in the album. And my system has 3 parts. I have my flamingos here, and I've picked out the paper I want to make the flamingos with. So I have a layout kit ready to go for the flamingos. So this is how I keep track of where my photos were in the album when I pull them out to get ready to put them into a layout. I use half of an index card. So I'm going to just cut this. What is this? This is a 5-inch. So I'm going to cut this at 2.5 inches wide. And so now I have 2 of these. Okay. And a Post-it note. And I have a list. And I give an index number to the kit. And I write that number down 2 times. I'm going to write my index number, and my numbering system goes like this. It begins with an alphabet that is a designator for the album. So this album is SeaWorld, so I'm going to call it S. So the album is the letter. So now when I get this layout done, I'm like, what album does it go in? It's going to tell me album S. Okay. The next is going to be a number, and the number that's coming up next is 371. 371. So S371. That's the kit index. I have made 371 of these kits. And I probably have almost 350 of them completed since I started this method. This is a very successful way of doing it. So, album, index. And then finally, I will put a designator to tell me if this is on the left side, which this one is. So it's going to get an L. And this is getting an L. So if it was on the right side, I would put an R. And if it was a 2-page layout, I'll put an L and an R. And it would say S371LR for a 2-page layout. So now I have indexed, and I'm going to actually put this on my little list. And my little list just tells me what number I'm at. 371. I can pull out my photos, and I replace them with this little half of an index card in the page protector. So now I pulled out these photos, And I'm putting with the photos their index number. So in both places, photos S371L and S371L will go back into this page protector. I can close up this little soon to be album. And I have the papers, now the photos, and the index number all together in a kit. And the stickers. And this makes a kit that you can take to a crop. I can work on it here at home. I have quite a few of these kits, as I've said. That was my 371st kit I've made with this method, and it is working. That's quite a few albums worth of kits, and it's very successful. So when I go to a crop, I don't have to take a whole lot of stuff. I'll take a selection of these and make my layouts, and when I come home, I'm like, okay, go to the SeaWorld album. If the album says M, that's my month in review. If it says F, it's my family album, and I'll know what album to go to, and I'll thumb through it until I see the number in a page protector that tells me where those photos belong. I'll know to be looking on the left side for it, and it's a modification of the power layout method, but for me, this works great. Let's say that I take some of those photos and I decide, oh, this I want to use this pre-made base page. I'm going to use this as an example. If I wanted to take these and put them on this base page and then do some more decorating, I would build this as a kit with an index number. I would put the index card, it would be S372R, because this is the right hand side. Put it with this and then put it together to be completed at a later time. A lesson learned about this, I started this method out with actually putting the page protectors in the albums, in the cover set. And they were handled so much as I picked them up and flipped through them and picked them up and flipped through them. Now, Creative Memories albums can handle it. They handled it well. But I didn't like the albums being handled that much. And so I subsequently now just take a pack. And if I need 3 packs to, usually I try not to put more than 2 packs in an album. Sometimes I'll put 2 packs and 2 or 3 extra pages to finish an album. If I have to have more than that, it's time to get a whole new album. But right now, this is the beginning of the Sea World, and this will go with my collection of page kits. And we'll see how long it takes me to finally get around to making number 371. And so now I have a kit, I have an album, I have some photos to sort. So I've accomplished quite a bit. So I'm about to continue to sort through all of those other photos and get them into the page protectors. So why I like this method of sorting my photos and getting them right into page protectors and then pulling them out as I'm ready to scrapbook them is because when I'm done with that layout, every layout I finish already has a home to go to. So now I'm about to sort through the sea lions and get these photos set up to go inside of the page protectors. And so once I'm ready, I can pull them out and start making layouts. I can also check to see if any of these photos will go well with the base pages I already have. And I hope you really found this helpful. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you have found this series very helpful to you. It really helps me manage so many album projects making layouts frequently, and giving each layout a home to go to when I'm finished with it. And if you would like more information about how I keep that list under control, I would like you to watch my video on my bullet journal because that is where I keep the list of all of these kits that I make from these photos. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch another video that YouTube says you probably would enjoy. I hope to see you over there.